Hello and welcome to this short video abstract where we're going to discuss some work by Paul Hough as part of his PhD with other colleagues at St Mary's University. And the title of the paper was Monitoring Athletes' Sleep as a Survey of Current Trends Amongst Practitioners. And this was published in the Journal of Sports and Exercise Science in 2021. Elite athletes have previously identified sleep as being one of the most beneficial recovery strategies. However, they often experience insufficient sleep during training or competition periods due to factors such as varied training and competition schedules and international travel. Insufficient sleep can impair performance and affect physiological markers of recovery. Therefore, sleep behaviour of athletes has been recognised as an important area to optimise. Humans typically have an inter-individual preference for the timing of waking behaviours and sleep, referred to as a chronotype. Those who prefer to wake and perform activities in the early morning are classified as early chronotypes. Individuals who prefer to function later in the day are classified as late chronotypes. And those in between are intermediate chronotypes. It has been suggested that chronotype influences sports performance, particularly amongst elite athletes. There is currently limited information regarding how or if high-performance practitioners monitor athletes' sleep and identify chronotypes. Therefore, the aim of this study was to firstly explore the methods of sleep monitoring and chronotype analysis adopted by practitioners working with high-performance athletes, and secondly, to investigate the practitioners' attitudes regarding the importance of sleep for recovery and performance. A range of practitioners, such as sports scientists and strength and conditioning coaches, working with team sports and individual athletes within the UK, were contacted via email to participate in the study. 145 practitioners working with 30 different sports completed the survey. Practitioners were eligible to complete the survey if they were over 18 years of age and working with high-performance athletes at the time of the survey. High-performance athletes were defined as either full-time athletes, junior, aged between 12 and 18, competing at the highest level, and semi-professional athletes. As shown in the table on your screen, most of the practitioners worked predominantly with professional athletes in a full-time capacity. Most practitioners, in this case 89%, reported offering advice to athletes on improving sleep. This information, seen in the figure on your right, was provided via in-house education in 74% of the cases, via an external consultant in 16% of cases, via app-based training in 6% of cases, and via a combination of approaches in 4% of the cases. There was a significant association between the level of athlete supported and the type of sleep education provided. For example, practitioners working in full-time senior athletes used external consultants more than practitioners working with semi-professional and junior athletes. Overall, 61% of respondents had monitored athletes' sleep within the previous year. Subgroup analysis revealed that 63, 64 and 50% of practitioners working with full-time, junior and part-time athletes monitored sleep respectively. The sleep monitoring methods adopted amongst all practitioners were 37% used a sleep questionnaire, 26% used a sleep diary or journal, 19% used wrist actigraphy, 15% used a mobile phone app, 2% used finger actigraphy, so for example the Oura ring, and 1% used other methods. The commonly cited barriers from the practitioners who reported they did not monitor athletes' sleep were either a lack of time or resources, poor athlete compliance, and being unsure of how to measure sleep effectively. It has been suggested that the time of day when peak athletic performance occurs could be moderated by chronotype, and identifying inter-individual differences in circadian rhythms could prove valuable when planning training schedules. However, 79% of practitioners in the present study had not attempted to determine their athlete's chronotype. Of the 19 practitioners that had assessed chronotype using the following methods, 5 had asked the athlete, 5 had used bespoke questionnaires, 3 had used the morningness eveningness questionnaire, 2 had used sleep and wake data, and 2 had used the Munich chronotype questionnaire. "54% of the respondents believed their athletes did not get enough sleep outside of competition periods. 28% of the practitioners believed their athletes obtained enough sleep, and 18% were unsure. 51% of the practitioners based their answer on observations and anecdotes, 31% on the analysis of subjective sleep data, 14% on objective sleep data, and 4% used other methods. Further analysis revealed a higher proportion of their athletes did not get enough sleep responses with junior and semi-professional athletes and full-time athletes. However, there was no significant association between the level of athlete and the reports of insufficient sleep. Screen time was the highest ranked reason by all practitioners for insufficient sleep. Subgroup analysis revealed that screen time was cited as the main reason by 35% of the practitioners working with full-time athletes, 48% when you're working with junior athletes, and 36% with semi-professional athletes. The rest of the ranked responses for insufficient sleep were also presented on your screen. Approximately 69% of practitioners had not recommended a sleep supplement for their athletes. A higher proportion, approximately 40% of practitioners working with full-time athletes, had recommended sleep supplements compared to practitioners working with junior and semi-professional athletes. The supplements recommended by practitioners working with full-time athletes were melatonin, tart cherry juice, magnesium, ZMA, chamomile tea, L-tryptophan, 5-HTP, valerian, and a herbal sleep tablet. So in summary, the majority of practitioners specified that sleep was extremely important for athletes' recovery and performance. Questionnaires and diaries were the most frequently used methods amongst those who monitored sleep. However, the long-term reliability of these subjective methods requires investigation amongst athletes. To improve accuracy and potentially adherence, practitioners should consider using validated activity monitors or app-based sleep diaries. Very few practitioners attempted to determine their athletes' chronotypes. Although chronotype in sports performance research is limited, understanding an athlete's chronotype could potentially facilitate the design of training, testing, and sleep schedules. The practitioners believed their athletes experienced insufficient sleep outside of competition periods. The highest ranked reason for insufficient sleep was screen time. Previous research has suggested that the use of electronic devices can lead to bedtime procrastination and sleep curtailment. Therefore, strategies to reduce bedtime procrastination amongst athletes are warranted. So thank you for watching. If you're interested in further video abstracts, please follow us on Twitter and hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, where you can find other videos on a range of topics in sports science, rehabilitation, and strength and conditioning.